Alright. It is Tuesday, August 6th, 2019 at 10:44 p.m. I was going to do a live stream, but apparently YouTube won't let me live stream anymore for some reason. I keep trying, but it just won't let me. So I'm just going to make this video and upload it to YouTube. What else can I do? Alright guys, let's talk about UFOs. Alright. This first part is about tardigrades that are now on the moon thanks to a crashed Israeli spacecraft. Tardigrades, affectionately known as water bears, are microscopic animals that can survive in almost any environment. We already know it's possible for scientists to bring tardigrades back to life after a 30-year deep freeze. As extremophiles, tardigrades can shut down their metabolism and survive in hostile conditions for long periods. But can they survive in space, more specifically on the moon? Back in April, an Israeli spacecraft called Beresheet, I'm not kidding you, it's Beresheet, Beresheet, which carried thousands of dehydrated tardigrades among the other cargo, crashed on the moon. Some people wondered if the water bears could survive. One of those people was Arch Mission Foundation founder Nova Spivak. Arch Mission Foundation is a nonprofit whose main goal is to create backup of planet Earth. So the Israeli spacecraft was transporting Arch Mission's first lunar library, a digital archive holding the equivalent of 30 million pages of information. It also carried human DNA samples and thousands of dehydrated tardigrades. It's unknown how much of this cargo actually ended up on the moon's surface following the crash. So these creatures could survive in outer space for God knows how long. So there's life right now on the moon. Alright, next, let's take a look at MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. There's some stories here and reports about UFOs. Let's take a look at them. Boomerang Shaped UFO reported over Texas. A Texas witness at Porter reported that a boomerang-shaped object with no lights moved over its workplace, according to testimony in case 94960. The witness was at work and getting ready to leave at 4:20 a.m. on September 1st, 2018. I was loading up my car close to 4:30 a.m., the witness stated, as I was heading back into the shop to shut off the machines and turn off the lights. Something caught my attention. I saw an aircraft flying by my workplace. It was the shape of a V. It had no lights and didn't make a sound. It was gray-colored, a little over 1,000 feet in altitude. It looked as if this object didn't want to be seen or was in some kind of stealth mode. The only reason I saw it is because the moon was kind of bright that night and reflected off the object. It came in from the north, heading south along Loop 494. It wasn't moving too fast. It was just cruising through the sky. Sighting only lasted about 10 seconds, but it felt like 5 minutes. After it flew out of my sight range, it had really sunk, and what I saw started shaking, so I rushed back into the shop. I was scared and kind of freaked out by what I saw, so I waited about 20 minutes to sum up the courage to go back outside and to get to my car and leave. It's something I will never forget. So that's pretty scary for somebody to encounter while working. Alright, next. A Texas witness videotapes triangular-shaped UFO. A Texas witness in El Paso reported watching strange lights in a triangular shape toward the horizon, according to a testimony in case 94699. The witness was driving to work at 6:35 a.m. on August 31st, 2018. I started at the sunrise as usual because I have to stop at a blank red light right before I get on the freeway to work. The witness stated, after a few minutes I glanced to the right and saw a glowing triangle and thought it was weird. So I took several pictures and short video with my Samsung Galaxy S8. It's still new to me and noticed afterwards that the phone does an amazing thing automatically. It stabilized the video on its own. Yes, I did zoom on the object and luckily it worked perfectly. Even as first explainable, it's interesting video and pictures. The Texas MUFON State Section Director Melanie Young, I guess you gotta log in to read more of it. Melanie Young and Field Investigator Ray Young closed the case as an unknown aerial vehicle. Alright. Next, triangular UFO reported in Portuguese skies. A Portuguese witness and Fun Chow reported watching three lights that formed a triangle, according to testimony case 94524. The event occurred at 9:30 p.m. on August 30th, 2018. I was looking into the sea from my house when suddenly on the horizon I saw three white lights forming a triangle in ascending path from south to north, the witness stated. The separation of the lights was like the size of more than one coin. The three lights rotated together slowly as if they were a single triangular object. Until reaching almost above my city, the triangle became smaller and smaller, rotating and becoming a unique object, light above the clouds, until it was totally covered, and I stopped seeing it. MUFON CAG investigator for Portugal, Ken Pfeiffer, closed this case as an unknown aerial vehicle. Alright. Next case. Witness says a UFO hovered near naval base. A California witness in Jammu reported watching a craft twice the size of an aircraft carrier approach and hover near an air base for 15 minutes, according to testimony case 97227. The event occurred at 8:15 p.m. on August 29, 2018. We live on a large 250-acre ranch 25 miles from the harbor in San Diego at an altitude of 3,000 feet, the witness stated. We have a large concrete observation deck where we can see Mexico and part of the San Diego harbor, Point Loma, and up to Oceanside. On August 29, 2018, my son and I were at the lookout point at around 8:15 p.m. and saw this strange huge UFO come across the Mexican border and stop near the Navy base in San Diego, about 600 feet above the land surface, and it stayed there for about 18 minutes gathering information of some kind. During the UFO stop 18-minute stay, an F-18 Navy jet was dispatched to intercept the UFO, but as the jet approached, a small UFO fighter came out of the UFO mothership and stopped between the mothership and the F-18. When the F-18 pilot saw the UFO fighter, the F-18 pilot turned 180 degrees and returned to the Coronado Navy base. There are many UFO YouTube videos on August 29 citing the both Rosario, Mexico, and San Diego. Just type in Google lights over San Diego and Rosarito on August 29, 2018. After the UFO turned off the lights and went north, the admiral on the Navy base in San Diego ordered a helicopter to drop flares where the UFO was and ordered the Navy press office to state that the incident was and never before conducted Navy training event. This is a complete and total misrepresentation of the facts. Just look at the videos and you can clearly see the Navy is lying to cover up the fact that UFOs have been visiting our world since the beginning of time. This is the third UFO I have seen at my ranch and by far the largest. California MUFON field investigator William Crowley closed this case as an unknown aerial vehicle. Alright, next case. Nevada witness describes giant moth moving nearby. A Nevada witness at Las Vegas reported watching a giant moth moving at a constant speed of under 50 feet, according to the testimony case 94461. The witness was in the front yard at 4:15 a.m. on August 28, 2018. Directly across the street, I saw a dark triangular object illuminated by moonlight and streetlight gliding in the air just behind and as high as a streetlight, which would be about 30 to 40 feet high. The witness stated it was shaped like a giant moth and it was about 3 feet in diameter. It maintained a constant speed of about 20 miles per hour. I could see the silhouette of the silent gliding in a straight path heading southwest for about 1,000 yards before losing sight of it. It did not flap any wings. I have searched the internet for night-flying insects or birds that may have fit the description of this thing, but there were none that size. It was a spooky thing to witness. Nevada MUFON State Director Sue Countess closed this case as an unknown other. And you see here a picture of the shape of this craft. Alright, next story. Military helicopter appears escorting 3 orb UFOs. A Washington witness at Eatonville reported watching two Chinook helicopters apparently escorting three orange orbs in a tight formation, according to a testimony in case 94482. The event occurred at 11:05 p.m. on August 27, 2018. I heard two helicopters flying over Eatonville, and it sounded very low, the witness stated. But this sounded really low, and it shook loud and shook the house. I ran outside and saw two Chinook helicopters in a staggered formation with an orange orb flying side by side with the first helicopter. The second helicopter was very close behind it and had the second orb between its first and second helicopter. The third orb was flying next to the second helicopter. They were flying in a tight formation. As they flew over me, I could see the helicopter navigation strobe light flash, and that's when I saw the shape of the helicopter, and I knew I was looking at a Chinook helicopter. I could see the blades rotating. The orbs looked reddish-orange color, and they were a solid color. They flew over me, and I watched them heading west until they disappeared. It looked as if the helicopters were escorting the orbs. Washington MUFON State Section Director Alan Thompson closed this case as an unknown other. That was interesting. To be escorting orbs. Could the military be working with UFOs right now? That's something interesting. Alright, next, Nevada witness describes an entity as wings and no face. A Nevada witness at Parhup reported swerving around a human-like entity with wings and no face that landed in the travel lane ahead, according to a testimony case 97499. The witness was northbound along Highway 160 between mile markers 134 and 135 at 4:10 a.m. on August 27, 2018. I saw this thing land in front of my car and the street and my travel lane, the witness stated. I didn't know what it was when I saw it, and I still don't. I don't know how to feel about it. I have no answers. It was around 4:10 a.m. It was a clear sky, no wind, no clouds. It was a little behind my schedule, so I was going fast at 85 miles per hour. I did have my bright lights on. This event lasted about 4 or 5 seconds. I had just finished a small snack. I was listening to some music, and then suddenly this thing came from up and landed in my travel lane on the street. Very tall, 7 feet or more, very large wings, smoke gray in color. I couldn't see any eyes, no face. As it was landing, the wings, they were out to each side of it. Once it was on the ground, it wrapped its wings around itself as if it was bracing for an impact. The wings were wrapped around its front. It put its head down slightly and just stood there. It would not move as I approached it. The only thing I could think was, what is that? I cannot crash my car. I cannot hit this thing. It will destroy my car and put me in the hospital. So I said no and turned my wheel slightly to the left. I did this 4 times as I took my foot off the accelerator and to slow my speed as I passed the thing. I did look in my rearview mirror, but it was too dark to see anything. I didn't stop because I didn't know what it was, and I didn't want it to come after me. I just kept saying out loud, "What was that? What was that? What was that?" over and over. Where did it come from? What was it? Its body was like a human. Its wings and arms were one unit. There was a car in front by about half a mile, and behind me by about half a mile. I don't know if anyone else saw it or not. I would like to know if anyone else has seen it. I look for it every day and wonder where it came from. Nevada MUFON State Director Sue Countess and CAG investigator Dinah Letcher closed this case as information only. Let's zoom in into this picture more and see what this picture says. It says, I had my high beams on, no clouds, no wind, clear night. This is what I saw August 27, 2018 at 4:10 a.m. near Highway 160 north between mile markers 134 and 135. It landed in my travel lane, no eye and no face. Its color is smoke gray. And this is the image that the person drew. That is pretty spooky to encounter that while driving. Hopefully nobody else encounters that, because that's pretty spooky. Alright, it just reminds me of the Mothman for some reason. Alright, Wisconsin witness reports hovering shaped changing UFO. A Wisconsin witness at Farmington reported watching a reflected silver object that seemed to change shape according to testimony in case 94322. The witness was driving northbound along Highway D about 2 miles south of Highway B, just west of Farmington in Jersey County at 2:30 p.m. on August 21st, 2018. I observed what I at first thought was a drone, the witness stated. It at first appeared to be hovering, but as it came closer, it seemed to be traversing the north and southwest general direction. As it came closer, it appeared to be a solid, reflected object, trapezoidal in shape with no indication of propellers or any drone features. The sun was to my rear left, so the object was very bright from reflection. The object slightly changed to a more direct southerly path. As it changed direction, the shape seemed to change, but still trapezoidal. It passed overhead, and I tried to locate it in my rearview mirror. Unable to see it, I pulled over immediately and tracked it traveling in a southern trajectory. There was no sound from it, and it did not appear shiny anymore. As it was now in between the sun and myself, I observed it until it was out of sight, and from start to finish, the entire event was barely 10 to 15 seconds. On my return travels following the same route, I measured the distance from where I first saw it to the point it was out of sight to be approximately 1/4 and 1/3 mile. The object was higher than the power lines, but underneath the cloud cover on a partly cloudy day. I stopped to take a picture of the clouds and try to reference the cloud height. So let's take a closer look at this image. Says trapezoidal, very shiny, reflecting sun, changed shape as it changed directions, flew overhead from north to south. Alright, so that's something interesting to see. Alright, let's go to the next story. The British witness reports a silent black triangle. A British witness at Port Talbot reported watching a silent black triangle UFO moving overhead, according to testimony case 98200. The witness and a friend were sitting in a garden on August 19, 2018. We noticed what we thought was a plane, the witness stated, with a light on each point heading towards us at approximately 200-300 feet, but as it got directly above us, we could clearly see that it was no plane or drone. It looked similar to a B-2 stealth bomber, but more triangular in shape, flying in a reverse position and flying extremely slowly and dead silent. This took place at 10 p.m., and the camera on my phone hasn't picked anything up. Another local had seen it and a couple miles away from me. He said he thought it was a drone when he first saw it, but when it got closer, he said it was too big and looked nothing like he had ever seen. There must be more witnesses, he says, as he was stuck in traffic when he noticed it, and others stuck in traffic must have witnesses. He said he last saw it heading over the Bristol Channel. British MUFON National Director Jack Turnbull closed this case as information only. Alright, next case, Missouri UFO described as cloaking itself. A Missouri witness at El Dorado Springs reported watching a saucer-shaped object as a blue and sky background that crossed the sky just before a storm, according to testimony in case 94262. The sighting occurred at 8 p.m. on August 19, 2018. I saw a strange object while driving home from in-laws' house after a wall of tornado-producing storms passed through our town, the witness stated. Earlier, the tornado sirens and phone's emergency system had alerted me that we were under a tornado warning. My fear of storms is compounded when I'm alone, my husband at work, so my dog and I went to their place for shelter. A tornado popped up south of us, but we were fine. About 30 to 45 minutes after the storm had passed and the clouds were moving out, we headed home. On our short drive back around 7:50 to 8 p.m., as the sun was about ready to wear out its welcome for the day, I spotted movement in the sky. It was a saucer-shaped object as though seen from the side, where the middle appeared fatter than either edge. It floated steadily high in the sky, moving approximately northeast as though trailing after the trail of the storms. It was difficult to gauge the distance due to there being little near to its scale for us to know how big the object was. I didn't hear anything like the distinct rumble of a helicopter or engines of a plane, though my windows were up. Generally, if it were either machine, the distance will have been close enough to warrant sound or vibration. Regardless of the window placement, it moved too slow and steady for it to be a plane. The color was the first thing that really struck me as strange, though. It was distinctly an object in the sky, but the color was as though it were reflecting or absorbing and mimicking the color of the sky around it. It was like an invisibility cloak, but with a clear border that indicates the presence of an object. Then the whole thing shone white. It was a quick gloss over of the object, like it reflected the sunlight before disappearing behind something. But there was nothing between it and the sun the whole time. Then it shone white again, and then back to a cloaked state. I thought it had something like a helicopter. The hospital in town gets them all the time, taking patients to a larger, better equipped facility outside of town. It flew in the air like a helicopter, steady and smoothly, but there was no sound, no vibration. I saw no blades. The shape was clearly a classic UFO saucer seen from the side. There were no lights or any other distinctive patterns or writing on it, although about pulling over to observe it better and to keep from being distracted while driving. But I thought, don't be silly. I approached the stoplight and slowed down, hoping it would turn red so I could watch it some more. It did. I thought, could it be a balloon? A storm just rolled through, so maybe it let one loose somewhere. It was just too odd how it can be reflected the color of the sky and the weird illumination and seeming random intervals. It wasn't a reflection of something in or near the car because it sat still. I still moved. It was curious and interested, but when the light turned green, I turned and kept moving. Once I got home, I stood outside and searched the sky in the place where I had seen it, but it was gone by then. I felt nothing differently, just piqued my natural curiosity at the anomalous qualities of the object drew me to it. I had not been already scanning the skies as I do post storms, looking for any ominous clouds or admiring the scene of a stirred atmosphere. It would have blended in really well and escaped my attention. I looked up pictures of weather balloons just in case and saw on a curiously Google search it was definitely not what I witnessed. I searched for helicopters in the skies, and the pictures confirmed my conviction that it was not a helicopter. I have no clue what it was, and it makes my insides ache to know that I'll probably never know what that thing was. Missouri MUFON field investigator Britt Fallon closed his case as an unknown aerial vehicle. Alright guys, let's take a look at some other things. These are posts. It says here, Belize offers free trips to residents of Nevada town who want to escape Storm Area 51. If you live near Area 51 but would like to skip town during September's threatened invasion of UFO fans, the Belize Tourism Board would like to help you out with a free trip to Central American vacation spot, but you have to apply soon. Through Facebook has since removed the event page, more than 1.2 million Facebook users RSVP to the Desert Raid and the classified United States Air Force facility located in rural Nevada. Storm Area 51 has also put the spotlight on the neighboring town of Rachel, home to 54 residents. The town is gaining celebrity status among aviation and UFO enthusiasts, but locals say they're not prepared for the potential huge turnout on September 20th. If the people of Rachel would rather avoid the chaos, which they certainly didn't ask for, we are welcoming with open arms, Belize Tourism Board Director Karen Brevins told USA Today in a statement explaining their free offer of a trip. We feel a kinship to the people of Rachel because of their town, like our country, is a curious place, she explained. While Belizean tourism has increased significantly the past several years, we have the industry and infrastructure to support it. To enter, Rachel residents 18 or older must apply by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday by emailing the board at rachelinvadetreat@gmail.com with proof of residency. 10 winners will be selected by random drawing on Friday. More details and officials rules can be found here. I'm going to leave the link under this video, but that's pretty interesting that the people who live in Nevada, in the town close to Area 51, if they feel like they don't want to be there, they could win a free trip to Belize. Alright, let's take a look quick here at UFO tab on Twitter. Okay, lots of footage on YouTube. Let's take a look at this
Hey,
video.
we got aliens in Cincinnati. Aliens.
They have aliens in Cincinnati. Let's take a look at this video here. Some 4 lights. Well, that was weird. That just disappeared out of nowhere. Wow. I was just watching a video and it vanished. That was weird. Alright. So let's zoom back up to the UFO tab. Alright. Let's scroll down. That was an interesting video, just vanished. That was weird. Alright. Let's take a look at this footage of August 28th, 2018. That's some strange light next to this chemtrail, it looks like. Just the light traveling next to chemtrail. Alright. That's an interesting video. Alright, let's keep scrolling along and seeing more videos. See what we see. Alright. So it appears like a lightning storm. I keep getting kicked out of UFO videos. Ah, there's Tom DeLonge. Alright, let's keep scrolling. This is the UFO tag on Twitter, just in case you guys feel like checking it out yourself. Here is it sat down our eye on the sun current LASCO C3 double zoom activity download. So apparently this is an image or a video of strange objects near the sun. There tend to be gigantic ships that happen by the sun. So this is an interesting video of that light right there. Alright, let's keep scrolling, see if we find anything else interesting. Oh yeah, I had looked earlier at the article that supposedly they had closed down the Area 51 Facebook page, but I'll show you in a little bit how they switched it around. Here is a video of a... Wow, these videos just keep vanishing. Like, I click the video and then it just like kicks me out and it doesn't even let me show it. Anyways, that was a video of an orb. A long orb. Alright, let's get to the next page. This is the OVNI page. This is how you spell UFO in Spanish. OVNI. Let's take a look here. See, this is a image of a vehicle or a ship close to the sun that is humongous. That's 2 million kilometers in length. That's the sun, and this is the ship right next to it. Look how huge that is. Let me pause this and zoom it in so you guys can see better. Look at that. That looks almost like a giant plane or a bat creature or something. I don't know if UFOs are like sentient ships, you know, if the ships themselves are alive or not, but they have some interesting shapes. Alright, let's keep scrolling to see if there's anything else interesting. Here, a green flying saucer appeared in Skiesville, Maryland. Let's zoom into this picture. That looks like an interesting green shape, like a blob over this wire. That's weird. But I'm always interested in the UFO tabs, and I check them out just to see the UFOs that they have. Look at this one traveling. And it kicked me out again. A totally different image now. It just kicks you out and doesn't even let you see it. Alright, I guess the UFOs don't want to be seen. Alright, let's take a look at this other videos in Area 51. Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us. So apparently Facebook shut down Storm Area 51 Facebook event, and I had looked at the articles. It says here, Storm Area 51 Alien Center, Storm Area 51 event disappears from Facebook. An event encouraging people to storm Area 51 and the mysterious base's secrets have disappeared from Facebook. More than 2 million people have signed up to gang together to see them aliens by storming the base. The event has become one of the most popular on Facebook. So supposedly it disappeared, but apparently it came back. Area 51 raid event back on Facebook after being mistakenly removed. The event's creator had received the notice that it was removed for violating Facebook's community standards. A Facebook event for raid on Area 51, a classified military base in Nevada, is back online after being mistakenly removed. Event creator Maddie Roberts received a notice that the event had been removed for violating Facebook's community standards, according to a screenshot he posted on Saturday. A Facebook representative said the removal was a mistake, and the page is now available again. More than 2 million people have indicated their attendance the September 20 event called Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us. Another 1.4 million have marked that they're interested. The event description lays out the plan. We will meet up in rural Nevada and coordinate our parties. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. Alright, hopefully the event page stays up. Alright, let's take a look here at some videos. This one is on page Sawyer Family Reviews. I'm gonna play it and let's see what we can see from this video. Hopefully it doesn't disappear like the other Twitter page videos. Alright, you see here 4 orbs and then they're disappearing. I muted it so it wouldn't be too loud for the video. So here they appear again in the sky. And that's something that I find interesting. This one happened in Cincinnati, Ohio on the 3rd. So I'm not sure if that's the exact date of the shootings that happened earlier, but it's pretty spooky to have it close to that area. And you see here the lights swirling around each other. Let's pause that. See if we can zoom into that. Look how the lights are swirling around each other. They're moving around each other. Alright. That's an interesting video. I'm going to leave the link to this. If it were a live stream, I would not be able to leave you the link. But since it's a video, since the YouTube wouldn't let me live stream for some weird reason. Alright. Next, UFO in Cincinnati, Ohio disappears and reappears by boyhood_bio. Let's play this. Alright, this is similar to the other Ohio video of the lights just sitting next to each other and then slightly vanishing. Quite interesting. I don't know what I would do if I saw a UFO and I was able to record it. Alright, let's take a look at, see if we have any other videos. This one is 6 UFO sightings, the most incredible UFOs ever caught on tape, by Costa Rebello. Alright, let's pause that and zoom into that so we can see a little better. Look at that. That looks like a cylinder in the sky. Gray. Alright, I'm going to be zooming forward. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a disc now. Like a cylinder slash disc. Alright, let's take a look at more of these videos. This one looks like a spiky sun or something. A spiky ball in the sky. And then this, look how it's separated. 1, 2, it just separated from the middle of it. 2 more ships. That's pretty interesting. And then they go right back in. Alright, and then look at this one. This one, I kind of half don't believe it because it looks too clear and too good. Usually when we're looking at UFO videos, it looks like a potato is filming it. You know, filming with a potato phone. But this one looks really crisp, really clear, so I'm not 100% sure if this is an actual UFO or if it's a fake. But I find it interesting. I wanted to show you guys. Look at that. Alright. That's it for this video. It pretty much was going to be a little bit longer, but since it isn't a, you know, live stream, which usually what I was going to plan to do, so I'm just gonna stop this video. Alright guys, hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. God bless.